I don't know why I did that. I just had a feeling. Okay, let's talk about Mai. So I'm sure you guys have already seen this clip. Tachikawa here. I had a really special match, so I decided to throw it later because I wanted people to see it, and miraculously, it all worked out. Street Fighter 6 is seriously a god game. So regular knockdown from the overhead, drive rush cancel, DP in the corner. And it begins. 3. Delay throw to catch the backdash, by the way. Little nuance there. Reads the immediate wake up. Delay throw to catch the backdash again. Delay throw to catch the backdash again. Remember, if you backdash Mai's throw loop, she's punchable at -4. Delay throw again. So, really, really good reads, actually. Now, I'm not going to take this into a discourse about throw loops, which is a whole can of worms all on its own, which will never be resolved, I feel. But there is nuance there with the gameplay. If Mai does immediate throw, like I mentioned before, if you backdash she is punishable at -4. You get a punish counter jab punish on that. So Tachikawa actually baked in a lot of reads, even though it looks stupid and it feels stupid to lose to and it feels stupid to execute. It's not great, but I figured this was a good segue to talk about my feelings about Mai. What is this? Has it been a month already? So I tweeted this out. Late to the club, Ultimate Master with Mai, thanks Hotel Wi-Fi. So I was at EVO Awards and the Capcom Cup group drawing stream. So I was busy traveling, and I did play on Hotel Wi-Fi. And yes, it did randomly spike to 7 or 8 rollback frames here and there. But I did pay extra to have the streaming and gaming premium hotel Wi-Fi, okay? I paid for it, so I was going to use it. But I started to get into the groove with Mai and understand a lot more how to play with her. So I figured I'd talk a little bit about my impressions of this character at this point and how I feel Mai currently stacks up, because I actually feel that Mai is pretty good. So I think I had a difficult time picking up Mai at first because I was really thinking about using her projectile game a lot. I really wanted to approach her with a really unique zoning playstyle. And I'm here to say that I don't really think that's what she excels at. I don't really think Mai is a character you sit back and throw projectiles and then randomly approach with. I do think there's a time and place for that, but Mai is a lot more of a standard Street Fighter 6 demon than that. You know, of course, she has low forward drive rush, which is very strong. Her low forward isn't the most like egregious. It doesn't go as far as other characters, so that's not like she's not the strongest in that regard. But just having that opens up a whole workflow or gameplay flow and flow chart for the character that is universal to a lot of characters with low forward drive rush. And I think she has very decent pokes. Her stand medium punch is one of the best pokes in the game, in my opinion. You can hit confirm this. You can just buffer this into drive rush cancel and get in. So there's many tools that she has to like confirm into knockdowns and get going with her offense. Her heavy kick is ridiculous. This is only -3 on block, and on punish counter you get a combo no matter what. So this is super spammable. They'd have to like perfect parry it or neutral jump or DI. Do something kind of preemptive or reactionary, which is not guaranteed like perfect parry, in order to stop this. So this button is super abusable. Heavy punch is amazing. And so like it turned out that a lot of what you're doing is kind of just doing like spacing traps with heavy punch into the non-charge projectile and things of that nature. And then also, of course, the great equalizer, the Odie fan. Odie fan is just like the most just do it move I have seen in this game. It's really like top tier Odie move. So you kind of just throw this out whenever you want to get an advantage in any situation. Because if you don't know the way this operates, you just throw it out and then you're able to get in. If they get hit by the fan, you might mess up your throw timing. But because of that bounce and the way it operates, you're always able to get like a mix. You can throw them if they're going to go for a perfect parry there, or you can set it up and just get mixed with a high-low in between. And you can just set it up from any string and get some momentum going. And of course, it's an Odie projectile, so it goes through regular projectiles. And it's just such an easy tool to just put out there, and you control the screen space, and then you have anti-airs in case they try to jump over the situation. And this also allows you to then kind of set up for charge projectiles, because if you wanted to do that, you probably need to get another projectile on the screen to lock them down first. So it opens up that part of your game plan to a degree. But really, it's all about like getting them to block something and then drive rushing in for a mix And then, of course, her amazing throw loop, which you saw, which might be the best in the game, because the reason it's so powerful is against most characters, aside from, like, the wide characters, her throw loop allows her to dash up, and if they wake up with a regular throw, which this is known by now, you know, it just allows you to instantly get a shimmy into a full combo. It's super powerful. It's really, really good. So a huge part of her gameplay is just getting in, using OD projectile to get in, force them to the corner, and then throw loop the crap out of them. And that is a huge part of it. I also think I started to excel a lot more with Mai when I did cut my combo short in order to go into level 1 more often. So when she's not in level 1, her projectiles are not true projectiles. They lose in the fireball battle. They're still amazing pokes because of how fast they are. At 12 frame startup, this is faster than most other projectiles in the game, but it's not a projectile. It'll lose in any fireball clash that happens. So it's not that great in that situation. But I noticed a lot more success in my matches when I did make the conscious decision to route into level 1 more often, even if it meant sacrificing a lot of damage. So doing things like this, like if I get a random low 4 dry rush cancel, doing things like that, like cutting my combo short and just linking into, or super canceling from a normal to combo into level 1, even though I'm sacrificing combo damage, right? Because you can't do things like this. This is not going to work mid-screen, and doing this is just way too much meter, right? So I was stubborn about this for a while, but I think it's worth it, because when she's enhanced like this, her projectiles are really good. You know, this beats regular projectiles as well, which allows her to get in. And also, it enhances probably her best super, which is her level 2. So her damage in this mode, when she has full meter... So if you have full meter and you get into the level 1, and you have that level 2, your next interaction, if you do like a big opening, you kill them. Like, they just die. You do a ton of damage. I'm not even sure if that's optimal, but that's just a basic example right there, like of how much damage you could potentially do in this kind of a situation. Point being, if you get into level 1 and you have the enhancement and you land a hit and you build level 2, you do absurd damage. So it really actually makes the risk reward a lot more heavily in my favor. Even if you don't go to level 2, just something like this already does like a ton of damage. Like, that is big damage for 1 shimmy for only 2 bars. So in general, I find that it is definitely worth it to combo into level 1 more often and to get the damage going, which of course enhances her throw loop again, because then you don't want to eat that. So like, it loops into itself. She pops level 1 in a combo in the corner. If you tech the throw, you might die. So it enhances the risk reward on her throw loop, which is already so good in her favor, right? So I've just noticed that she becomes this momentum monster in that scenario. And so I think Mai is actually really good. I think her pokes are good. I think her stand MK, for example, in conjunction with her level 2 is really good. I think this character is strong. She might not be strong in the traditional zoning sense like people might have thought. She's more like a jury, much more like a jury in my opinion. But I think this character will see high-level representation, especially if her throw loop stays the way it is right now. So I think that is a good sign for the character if you're a fan of how she plays, but some people are upset about how she plays. I thought she'd be a little bit more unique, I think, but there's definitely a chance we might see some Mai at Capcom Cup. I think she's not that complex, actually. She's actually rather simple to get her degenerate gameplay going. And then she also has a potential for sauce and unfamiliarity for the opponent to deal with on top of that. So I think we will see some Mai. Yeah, Nephew is a prime example for sure. Nephew has a high chance of potentially using Mai at Capcom Cup as like maybe an option for Guile. Oh, I didn't even talk about this target combo. Also, like, going for this target combo a lot more has actually been really helpful as well. So this target combo, at first, it doesn't seem like it would do that much damage, but this is actually like a really optimal ender in a lot of situations. And I think just keeping the momentum going is really good with this. And even if you just get pressure mid-screen, resetting to this spacing is really good for you, because this is -10, so a lot of characters can punish this occasionally if they have like specific supers. Like, I think Luke can punish this on block. So that's a punish, right, for example. I don't know actually what happens if I canceled. So it's still kind of a guess, right? I can't cancel after the flash. Oh, I can delay the damage. So there's certain matchup specific situations where people can punish, but a lot of the time what happens is it leaves them at a spacing trap situation where you can kind of just like press heavy punch into OD fireball again. So it sets up a good range to just counter poke again into heavy punch, into OD fireball again, and just get your offense going. So really good tool. So once I started using that, I started getting a lot more wins. Another thing that's helped me out a lot is optimizing her drive rush cancel conversions. So at first I was just doing this route, stuff like that, which is not great because if they're crouching, this won't work. The next layer to this I started doing was doing, I would at least get back heavy kick in there to force stand, which is pretty good. That's actually a route you got to use a lot. But then what I also realized is that if they're already standing, the best thing to do after you get this first hit is to go into stand heavy kick. Since you stand heavy kick into the crushing medium punch will work, if you don't need a force stand, going into stand heavy kick is the highest damage option. So that's a small optimization to squeeze more damage out of your drive rush cancel and your combo conversions. But then I also realized if you get into the corner, the best thing to go into is this back heavy kick target combo. This is your best meterless ender from a lot of situations if you're not going to spend level 2 or level 3. So you can see here, if I do this basic route, this will end up making 2,196 damage. But if I do something like this, 2,267 damage. So you increase your damage potential. And on top of that, you can go into level 1 here as well. So going into the back heavy kick target combo is your best option if you're ending in level 1 or medium DP. If you are going to spend level 2 or level 3, you can't go down that route. But just recognizing all these little optimizations, because she does have a fair amount of different paths based on if they're standing, crouching, if they're in the corner or not, and if you're going to spend level 2, level 3, or just going to stick with level 1 or non-metered ender. So knowing all those different routing options helps you close out in less hits, and has definitely helped my win percentage with Mai a decent amount for sure. So let's go ahead and go into ranked match. Now that I explained all that, how I've improved my mind and I think she's good, let's go ahead and lose all my points for a little bit. I haven't played in like a week. Okay. Oh wait, I forgot what I'm doing. Sorry, it's been a minute. You also do want to, I forgot to mention that, you do want to go into the crouching heavy punch drive rush cancel as well in the corner if you're going to go into back heavy kick. Clean. Oh, I thought I could get the follow-up. Knowing how to follow up from those weird interactions does take time, though. Oh, nice anti-air. Like, I got that that fan on the trade. I probably should have just pressed heavy kick or level 2. Oh, I suck. This is why I need my parry button. People miss that punish on the OD elbow so much because they're so confused by how it interacts. Alright, that was the optimal drive rush conversion. I don't know if I needed that to kill, but that conversion with ending in the crouching heavy punch and then into the back heavy kick target combo, that's optimal into level 1 or DP. Brother, what? I hope Elena won't have crouching medium kick drive rush. You're basically asking her to not be good. I did the wrong routing here. When I'm in that enhanced mode, I shouldn't do drive rush cancels. I should do the OD moves. It would do more damage. Well, I'm in a bad spot. Yeah, you got me. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I miscalculated. $69 every time, though. I should have level 3'd. Oh! Okay. He dropped the combo. He should have won there. I'll take it. You're already burnt out. How are you burnt out in 5 seconds? Sheesh.
Now, find a new rival.
I just bought the level 2. Ah, worked out, worked out. Nice. I don't know why I did that. I just had a feeling. Thank you. I could have killed with level 2 if I was ready. You're in a bad spot, buddy. For the big 5 months, thank you very much.
I love trash.
Thank you. I still haven't mastered the confirming in a lot of these situations, unfortunately. Hey, I like that pickup, though. Let's go. Hey. Okay. Yeah, from the air, juggles, going to the Tara combo is definitely your best option. Yeah, so I think doing this, for example, just going into level into the level 1, I think it's generally worth it. Not blocking basic cross-ups. Not blocking basic cross-ups. I don't know why I keep getting mixed. What? Oh, I meant to level 1. That was a brain fart. That was an expensive mistake, man. Oh, no. Yeah, I mixed up my supers. All right, well, it worked out for me. Sweet. Okay, let me end the game. I guess, oh yeah, we'll just call that. We'll call that there.